Okay, we're going to get started. People are still going to come in, but it's okay. I want to honor your time and get started. So, what an awesome turnout. Thank you everyone for coming. We haven't had one of these in person in the last 2 years, so it's exciting to be back, have all of you out here. So, again, thank you for coming. It's awesome to see you all here. Welcome to the 21-22 Lake Havasu High School Athletic Awards. Reflecting back, I just want to briefly talk about the season real quick, and then we're going to honor the kids. That's what we're here for. Reflecting back on the year, what a ride it was. Feels like so long ago, reflecting back to the fall season. Over the summer, we didn't know what it was going to look like. Last year, we had mask mandates, we had protocols we had to follow from the AIA, and we weren't sure what it was going to look like. But it ended up happening. Transitioning to the winter season, COVID and the AIA protocols got us pretty good. We had quite a few students quarantined due to the protocols, and then games canceled, rescheduled, programs shut down. But the best thing that came from it was our parents, our players, our coaches, they were adaptable because we all realized that high school athletics are extremely important to our kids, so we made sure it happened. Throughout all the AIA rules, contact tracing, like I said, they were adaptable. Moving forward, all right, so tonight is to celebrate and recognize our athletes for their accomplishments both on and off the field and in the classroom. It is an opportunity to recognize our coaches, parents, and countless volunteers that support our programs. We would not be able to provide our students with the opportunity to compete in high school athletics without them. It is worth noting that the athletes tonight are extremely talented and will be recognized as AIA Scholar athletes and have truly lived up to the name student athletes. These students have achieved a GPA of 3.5 or higher and have participated in a varsity sport. And shortly we will begin by recognizing our varsity teams by having each coach discuss their season highlights. Throughout the night, we'll be recognizing the following awards: Outstanding Coach and Scholar Athlete, the Business of the Year, Volunteer of the Year, Outstanding AIA Scholar Athlete of the Year, Manager of the Year, Volunteer Coach of the Year, Pursuing Victory with Honor, Coach of the Year, Career Athlete of the Year, and Outstanding Athlete of the Year. Before moving on, I want to recognize two individuals who will be leaving us to pursue bigger and better things. So we'll coach Kristen Rasik and Greg Brickner. Come on up. So Coach Rasik will be stepping down after being the head spirit line coach for the last 3 years, and Coach Greg Brickner will be stepping down from the girls tennis program after 14 years of serving as the head coach. We want to thank both of their commitment to their programs, and we wish you guys the best of luck. Before we have the coaches come on up, we're going to do the first award of the evening. The first award tonight is the Coaches Scholastic Athlete of the Year. All right, these athletes were picked by our coaching staff and recognized for their academic achievement in the classroom as well as their athletic success on the field. Will Josh Lumpkin and Allison Reed please come on up? Both of these athletes have played vital roles within their athletic programs. Allison on the softball field and Josh in both cross country and track. Allison's unweighted GPA is at 4.80 with a weighted GPA of 4.0, while Josh's weighted GPA is at 3.91, unweighted 3.5. We are extremely proud of you, Allison and Josh. Congratulations. All right, next up, our recaps of the fall sports, starting with swim.
All right, went from like always being forgotten to being first. Big steps for me, big steps. All right, we had a really successful season this year. We had 13 swimmers went to state, 9 records were broken, and we had multiple swimmers named to the Northern Colorado River Region, all-region selection. So, the records broken were by Aaron Miller for the 100 butterfly and the 400 meter freestyle. Olivia Badaraco, wait. Broke the 200 meter freestyle, the 200 yard freestyle, and the 100 meter backstroke. Aubrey Carver broke the 50 meter freestyle, the 100 meter freestyle, and the 100 yard backstroke. And Fiona Janik broke the 400 meter freestyle. A lot of those records have been held for 5 or more years, so we're really proud of them. And that's a huge accomplishment, and those people, I have the panels that go on the record board, so when you're done, if you want to take a picture in front of the thing with the record panel before it goes up on the board, I have it for you. So with that said, I'm really proud of the fact that we did so well in the pool, but I take a lot of pride in having student athletes. Athletes come second for a reason, and high school athletics are, like Dustin said, very important. So, we had one of the top 3 GPAs on campus, which I take a lot of pride in as well, since I don't work at the high school. And these people, when I call your name if you come up, Cammy will give you your certificate, helped to contribute to that. So, Olivia, Kyle, Junior, Will, Wayne Bergner, Cade, Aubrey, Josh, Kenny, Wyatt, Lauren, Fiona, Aaron, Kira, Josie, and Aaron.
Why don't you guys line up for a photo op?
We're streaming now. Either one.
Probably going first. Who knows what to do? Take note, everyone else. Keep going, Kate. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Junior.
Junior, join the program. Move it down, move it down. My AIA Scholar Athletes for Swimming.
Yeah, Kenny.
All right, next up, girls golf.
Good evening, everyone. I am Coach Jeremy Wuchiki, the girls golf coach. This is my 2nd year with the program. This year we finished the season with a 10-2 record, which is a great accomplishment. We played a lot of tough schools out there, and we competed pretty well with them. Our team overall rating improved 8 strokes from last year to this year, which again, 8 strokes on 9 holes, that's pretty good. We weren't exactly a senior-laden team. I'm only losing 1 senior this year, which is Gia Yaley, and she's actually going to play college golf, so it'll be a huge loss for the program. But we return a lot of girls next year, so we're hoping to have that same record or even better. We also qualified for state, being ranked 10th in Division II girls golf, and top 12 teams make it. So we were part of a small group from across the state to do that. We have several scholar athletes, so girls, when I call your name, if you can come on up. Anna Anderson, Julia Conley, Ava Gordon, Emma Hogstead, Alexis and Savannah Nordgren, and Zonthia Still. Girls, you can come on up. Obviously, I run a lot more names. These are my girls that are proud to be golfers tonight. So give them a hand.
All right, next up, boys golf.
Hello everyone, I am Nathan Koch, I am the head coach of boys golf. Boys golf team had a great 2022 season. We've been growing this program leaps and bounds over the last couple of years. We look forward to continuing the growth for the future. We had 12 matches and ended our season 8-4, and we were ranked 22nd in the state. Jeremy really threw out a lot of stats. I'm not going to have the stats that you had there. Also want to thank all the student athletes that came out and played golf. It's a great sport. I know it's right in the middle of the summer and it's kind of against football, but it's nice that the kids still make it out and can play another sport. Also want to thank all my coaches, alumni Richard Ronma, Daniel Dion, and Clay Conley. What else? Yeah, my boys team scholar athletes are Ashton Elba, Sam Anderson, Lane Daigle, Troy Lakaitis, Robert Minden, Mason Sane, Aiden Sanchez, and Jacob Zimmerthal. These are your golf scholars of the year.
All right, next up, cross country with Coach Erica Washington.
Boys and girls cross country teams each had first place finishes in almost every single meet this season. Both the boys and the girls teams claimed the Colorado River Region Champion titles. And this is the 4th consecutive title for the girls team. Check out the thank you, Mr. Zampona. We also had 12 athletes make the all-region team, 7 made the all-region first team, and 5 on the all-region second team, as well as 2 individual region champions. Congratulations, Josh Lumpkin and Katie Bell. We also had 3 athletes who made the all-section first team and 2 who made all-section second team in a very competitive section. And I'm also happy to share that both the boys and the girls teams qualified for the state meet as a team and finished the season with many personal record times. So I'm going to call up the boys AIA Scholar athletes first. They had a team GPA of 3.14. Alex Gallegos. Jamie Benson. Josh Lumpkin. And Nathan Merrill. And I'm very proud to announce the fact that the girls cross-country team had a combined GPA of 3.94. So I'd like to call up Katie Bell, Emily Jackson, Alyssa Musselman, Celeste Switzer, Brooklyn Yusinovich, Jade Weiss, and McKenna Weesey. Great job, guys.
Next up, volleyball with Coach Rodriguez.
And Coach May. This is my first time doing this. Last year was so much easier recording this from my backyard with only my 2 dogs judging me with your eyes. So don't judge me. Volleyball. We finished 6 and 10, but we doubled our win total from the previous year. By the way, it's my second year as coach. We finished ranked 30th, but right at the end of the season, we were ranked in the top 24, which goes to state. We had went to Agua Fria for their senior night, and they were 1 spot below us. It was a tough 5-game match that we ended up losing, and the next day they jumped us in the rankings and they went to state instead of us. So we were so close. So we fought all year. The highlight of our season was in the beginning when we had done pretty poorly at the Australia tournament, the Lhhs Classic. The following week we came back and won our own Mary Jo Goldie Morris tournament. So that was pretty exciting about that. And then at the end of our season, when we got to take a picture with the Morris family with that trophy, that was a good highlight. Well, I was told I was supposed to say something about every person as they come up, but no one else has, so we'll just call them up here. So our scholar athletes, Carly Cordero, Kaylee Crook, Cameron Kletchka, Morgan Cross, Olivia LeGrand, Kaylee Pioli, Allie Ramirez.
There it is. There it is. It's on that.
She's still a better athlete than you have.
Okay.
Callie Stewart and Ashley Trevor. Come on, Ash. Make it all about you. Scholar athletes for volleyball.
Next is football with Coach Thompson.
Good evening. Just a quick recap of the Lake Havasu football season. It was a fabulous season for the Knights on the field this year. We finished with the record of 7-3. We won the Southwest Region Championship. Members of that team that were receiving all conference awards were Isaac Stopke as running back linebacker, Brody Schneikart, offensive line, Robbie Shaper, offensive line, Cooper Jones, the kicker, Cody Pelton's defensive back, Dane Burnett, defensive line. Second team was Austin Head, quarterback. Cody Pelleton at wide receiver, Brent Schmansky at wide receiver, Evan Hayes at offensive line, Xander Flowers at offensive line, and honorable mention was Glenn Adona at wide receiver, Jaden Jamison offensive line, Brody Chiffon offensive line, Darius Walls at linebacker, Sam Miles at linebacker, James Douglas at linebacker, Quentin Anderson at defensive back, Dominic Crothers at defensive back, Nick Seone at defensive line, Spencer Dorsett at defensive line, and Joseph Ulmer at defensive line. So those Knights did a fabulous job during the season. I think it's the most awards that we received in the all-conference. Almost more importantly than that, for all our alumni, the Golden Shovel stayed in Lake Havasu where it probably belongs another year.
Yeah.
Also with the Knights this year, a lot of records have been broken over the seasons. To get to this point was tremendous, but we did break one team record, which we scored 70 points in a single game this year. So that was the team record.
I like it.
Another big award that doesn't happen very often. We did have a second team member to the All-State football team in Isaac Stockey. And now we're going to present our Scholar Athlete Award winners. Glenn Adona, Gavin Briggs, Dane Burnett, Brody Chiffon, Dominic Crothers, who are named one down this one, Colin Haas, Austin Head, Jaden Jamison, Cooper Jones, Aiden Navarez, Cody Pelleton, Brody Schneikart, Robert Schaffer, Evan Smith, Isaiah Soto, Isaac Stockey, Tyler Thompson, Landon Wheeler, and Tristan Wright. Come on up, gentlemen. All right, let's give these gentlemen another round of applause.
All right, last up for the fall season is Coach Razik with Spirit Line.
Hello there. Well, I don't really have any stats to talk about because we don't have that in Survey. So I'm basically just going to talk a little bit about our season. We started last June working out in the channel all summer long, 6 o'clock in the morning. The girls would run the channel, run the stairs, we'll do yoga, a whole bunch of variety of things to get them ready for the football season, which we did 3 big performances, Golden Shovel, Homecoming, and Senior Night, which were almost perfect. All of them were very close to being perfect. I was very proud of them. We also reached out to the community by doing the Lyman Bridge Day Parade and the car wash, which rolled us right into basketball season, which you guys know is 2 to 3 times a week with lots of changes, like was mentioned, but they pushed through and even did a couple performances then. So super successful season, happy for them, hoping they can go into competition with the team. So we have our AIA Scholar Athletes, Sophia Gray, Lacey Myers, Ellie Murray, Chevelle Walker, and Tiffany Thompson. Great job, and I hope you have a wonderful season next year.
All right, moving on to our next award. The next award is the Business of the Year Award. Without the help of our local businesses, our athletic programs would struggle. We have countless businesses in our beautiful city that will not hesitate to reach out and offer what they can to help our athletic program. We are extremely grateful to have all of our local businesses. This year's Business of the Year Award goes to a business that provides countless articles of apparel at an almost unbeatable local price for our athletes. This year's business goes above and beyond for athletic programs, athletes, and coaches. This year's Business of the Year Award goes to Natural Teas. Okay, the next award is the Volunteer of the Year Award. Tonight we will be honoring a special individual who has committed countless hours and time and energy to our athletic programs. Behind the scenes, this individual serves as the treasurer of the Athletic Booster Club, but however, many of you have seen her working most of the snack bars at football games, soccer games, and at countless other events across the city. This year's Volunteer of the Year Award goes to Pauline Whiteside. At this time, I would like to recognize our Booster Club and have Judy Tassi, our Booster Club president, come up and say a few words.
Well, another school year has passed, and congratulations to all of tonight's winners. As the Booster Club, we would like to congratulate the coaches on a job well done this year. We would also start by thanking our athletic director, Dustin Zampone. He, as the Booster Club, we're here all the time, most of us, and we can see how much he works for you, your students, and the staff here. He works tirelessly to keep the train on the tracks, and he does it all with a smile. So thank you, Dustin. Also, wanted to say thank you to all the coaches who helped us this year, and to all the parents that invested in their child in helping us to raise money for the teams this year. We truly, honestly could not do that without the coaches and the parents, so thank you so much for that. We'd like to thank Terry Romer, Julie Mann, and Tammy Bonker. They are leaving the Booster Club this year and moving on. Their students are all seniors and graduating. So thank you again for everything that you did for us over the many years of service. You're going to be greatly missed. And lastly, just wanted to let you guys know, look over the summer for if there's something that comes out where there's an opportunity for you to help the Booster Club out. You're helping every student here at the high school. And we are so, so grateful for any help that we can get. And I promise you, you're going to find it fun and rewarding. It's a pretty good time when we have a great group of individuals on our Booster Club. So thank you so much. Thank you, Dustin, and thank you, coaches.
All right, the next award we will give out is the AIA Scholar Athletes of the Year. To qualify, the applicant must be a graduating senior and have a cumulative grade point average no less than 3.75 unweighted. For the Scholar Athlete of the Year award, the student must have participated in a varsity sport in the state of Arizona for at least 2 years and have a record of good citizenship. Alyssa Musselman and Aaron Miller, please come on up. Alyssa has been a member of the varsity cross country and track team, while Aaron has been a member of the swim and soccer programs. Alyssa's unweighted GPA is a 3.98, while Aaron's unweighted GPA is a 4.0. Both of these athletes represent what a student athlete is all about, being a student and an athlete. We are extremely proud of you both, and congratulations on being selected as the AIA Scholar Athletes of the Year. All right, next up we have the winter sports season recaps. Beginning with girls soccer, Miss Coach Julie Dickinson will be doing the girls soccer recap.
All right, so Coach Kistler could not be here tonight. He is working. 'Tis the season with boat deliveries. So, first up, he gave me a script. So, first off, I'd like to thank, as in he would like to thank, the Booster Club and Mr. Zampona for all the hard work they do, not only to support our team, but the whole of athletics at the high school. We are appreciative of the time and effort. Secondly, I'd like to thank Amy Goodwin, the JV coach, for all her time and effort she has put into the ladies to prepare them for varsity soccer. Third, I would like to thank my wife, Bree Kistler, not my wife, his wife, putting up with me. This is why I tell my swimmers they need to do it in third person. Putting up with me, she does put up with me, but not the same way, and dealing with the hours away from home. And lastly, I would like to thank the team. The girls are what makes this fun for me, and I am proud of these scholar athletes that we are honoring tonight. It is so nice to know that we have so many smart athletes at this school. This year, as well as the next few, will be rebuilding years for us. A very young team that learned a lot about high-end competitive soccer this season and what it takes to play at this level. We were all very happy to play a full season again without restrictions, and the girls had some very close games against some top-notch soccer programs. We did end up with a few wins during the season that kept them going. We are looking forward to building the program in the future. And now to honor those girls who did not only play hard on the field, but studied hard in school as well. When I call your name, ladies, please come up. And if I butcher your last name, this is why I don't do last names. Lily Baker, Kylie Gallo, Reese Farshler, Sarah Farley, Presley Evans, Jessie Diller, Abby, I'm not even gonna try your last name because I know it's like, Emma Cogsteed, maybe, and Aubrey Carver. Congratulations to those girls soccer scholar athletes.
Next up, boys soccer with Coach Gibbs.
Our 21-22 season started with the Mojave County Soccer Tournament, which we hosted at home this year, and we won that tournament. We beat our rivals Mojave not once, but twice, so that was a super awesome accomplishment to have because Mojave did end up being #1 in 4A soccer this season, so that says a lot for our program. After the soccer tournament, we went on winter break, and when we returned, we went 3-1 going into region play. We then went 3-2 in the Desert West region, finishing 3rd. We did make the play-in round, which gave both myself and Mr. Zampona a little heart attack because we found out on Tuesday that we were going to play Nogales, which is on the Mexico border, the next day. So that was super fun. We got to spend the night down there, and it was only an hour away from where I went to high school, so my mom did get to come, and that was one of our only fans. This season, we broke 3 records. Jesse Dominguez played the most minutes for a career. Jesse PG, we call him, had 8 shutouts in a single season. And the team had the fewest goals allowed with 19. We had 2 athletes make all-region first team, junior captain Angel Castaneda and senior defender Jaden Baker. He also won Defensive Region Player of the Year, which in my 7 years, we've never had a player from Havasu win that award. And that's our season. Our scholar athletes this year are Colin Bartlett, Lucas Betancourt, Lane Daigle, David Fonseca, Luis Hernandez, Lafika, I don't know how to say his last name. Kevin Abraham Ochoa, Jesse Pelayo Garcia, Jesus Rodriguez, and Jason Torres.
Next up, wrestling with Coach Schumann.
Good evening, everybody. How are you doing tonight? So, a few years ago, I botched this really bad. I was up here for 20 seconds, so this year I wrote it down and then I forgot my readers in the car. So I'm going to probably botch it again. So, wrestling season, we had a really good season this year. We were able to send 5 kids to the state. We had victory at Wittenberg tournament, which we won in the past, but it was the first year in our history of winning the Dan Slayer tournament of Mojave. So it was big for us. We went 12-6. Considering in wrestling that you give up a forfeit for every weight class you don't have, we gave up 24 points every time we wrestled. 39 is the magic number to win. So we were definitely behind the curve against many teams. So to me, it was a very successful season. I'd like to thank some local sponsors we have, like the Booster Club, the Grand Plumbing, Justin and Richard Heyman, Havasu Fun Inc., Accelerated Electric, Lakeview Terrace. They were a big sponsorship for us this year, so thank you very much for all of the local sponsors. Thank my coaching staff, Brandon Horton, Tim Livingston, and Stan Gould. It's hard to have 30, 40 kids in a wrestling room and go ahead and do it all by yourself, so very much appreciative of the coaching staff. So I'd also like to say that this is our very first year of being an official girls team for wrestling. So Avery Riz and Lily Del Rosa led the way in us forming a girls team, so which will only grow in the future. So our state qualifiers were Hunter Bentley, Robert Minden, Frank Madonna, Xander Flowers, and Gunnar LeGrand. Xander Flowers and Gunnar LeGrand placed 6th at state. I'm really missing that video we had to make last year now, so it's being up here is a little nerve-wracking. For our scholar athletes, Frank Adana, Austin Elba, Landon Attaway, Hunter Bentley, Gavin Briggs, Robert Minden, Avery Reyes, Landon Miller, Jose Zamunda Aguilar. Come on up. Oh, you already have it? Congratulations to the Scholar athletes. There's not enough I can say about that.
All right, next up, girls basketball with Coach Weldy.
All right, I thought Coach Gibbs might share the story with you, but I'll share with you kind of defines our season. So we had quite a bit of adversity from the beginning of the year. The coaching change happened late, so there was no real off season. And then we had our program shut down 3 different times with COVID, and then trying to get all the girls back with the AIA return protocol. There were games when we had 6 people playing both varsity and JV. There were games when I had to coach all 3 because our coaches were out. One particular game, it was Millennium, who was eventual state champions. This was a makeup game. And we had to leave early. I think we left around 10. All the girls were in the girls' side classroom. We're getting ready to go. There's no bus. So we called Tampona. He calls, we double check, we put in the request and everything. But it just, for whatever reason, didn't get through. So we were not going to play the game. But it turns out that the soccer team had just left for their road game. So we called Coach Gibbs. They turn around, come back. We pile a bunch of our kids in. We went to their kids, 2 to a seat, pack the bus. Go down, they drop us off, we play, they go play their game, they get on back on the bus, come back, pick us back up, we go back up, get back to school about an hour later than normal. But the bottom line is, and this is what our team did, is we just found a way to overcome that adversity. And that really was the definition of this team, overcoming the adversity that we saw just week in and week out, between injuries and COVID and all these things that happened. So some of the positives from the season, we won our opener, all 3 levels. We played Glendale here. That was super exciting to know a lot. Several of the girls hadn't played the year before. Several of the freshmen didn't have a season in 8th grade. And for 2 years coming into last year, there was no Parks and Rec. So a lot of these girls hadn't played in 3 years. So it was super exciting just to get them back on the court, back in the weight room, and back going. We did win a tournament game at River Valley, and Maria Mack was on the all-tournament team at that tournament. And she was also named honorable mention all conference. This is a big deal because we had one of the toughest conferences maybe in the States. How about a round of applause for her? Great job. All right, I wish I could get credit for the high GPA of our team, but I really have nothing to do with it. I just have really smart girls, which are really fun to coach, actually, when they're that smart. Let me go through these names. Anna Anderson. Anna Diallo. Ray Green. Andy Cloud. Maria Mack. Sydney. Annie Nguyen. Cadence Porter. Celeste, I know you're here. I saw you already. And Brynwell. All right, here's our AI Scholastic.
All right, last for the winter season is boys basketball and Coach Kelly.
Good evening. Going into the season, there were a lot of question marks, especially after a tough year the year before, with only 2 victories. But this senior class did a phenomenal job stepping up, going through 2-a-days, going through the fall session, able to win a big game for the first game of the year against Glendale. After that, this team showed a lot of promise, a lot of poise. Luke Seegers was able to hit a game-winning 3-point shot against our rival Mojave at the tournament, which is a big highlight for us. Kind of like what Coach Weldy was saying, we also had multiple bouts of COVID. We had a lot of guys who were pretty much done for the season after the start of January happened, but this senior class was able to get together. They were able to have a Zoom session after Zoom session during those COVID sessions to go over the offense, go over the defense, the game plan, to watch film. We were able to improve our record by 3 games this year, and it was a great testament to this great senior class. The scholar athletes that we have for this year, Junior Bolden. Junior has been playing college basketball at ACU, so it'll be great to see him at a Firestorm uniform here. Jaden Jamison is also one of our captains. Overcame a sprained ankle that was pretty severe. Was able to come back and lead the team. If I believe what I've been told correctly, I believe, Jake, we have an album dropping this week, correct? All right. So make sure you take a look at that. Christian Sane was a great 3-point shooter for us this year. A lot of potential here in the future, also a great tennis player. Big brother Mason, who is going to be going to the University of Tampa here in the fall. Very excited to see what he does in the future. And last but not least, Luke Seegers, who again has been hitting the weight room in the off-season pretty hard. We expect big things from here in the future. Big round of applause for our scholars.
Our next award tonight goes to the Student Manager of the Year. Okay. These individuals fill special and vital roles in our athletic programs for our coaches and athletes. These individuals provide a variety of services for our coaches and teams, whether it is keeping stats, filming games, getting water and ice, or anything else that is needed. We've had several great student managers over the years. This year's Student Manager of the Year goes to Jasmine Sanchez. Okay, moving on to the next award is the Volunteer Coach of the Year. Almost all of our programs rely on volunteers. Our next award goes to an individual who puts in countless hours simply because they love the kids they work with. We have some of the best in the business. To present this year's Volunteer Coach of the Year award, we have asked Coach Rodriguez to come up and say a few words.
So our Volunteer Year award goes to Coach Maine. Rachel started playing volleyball at the age of 14. She was a 3-year varsity player in high school. She also played club for 4 years. She was recruited out of high school and signed a full-ride scholarship to play for the University of Wyoming. She was a starter and a captain for all 4 years. She was MWC Freshman of the Year and 2-time All-Conference. At her last game, she also had a few accomplishments. She set the school career kills record and was also proposed to by her husband on that same night. She moved to Havasu in 2007. She immediately announced her presence in the local volleyball league. Coach Plummer, Coach Berger, and I all thought we were pretty hot stuff until Coach Maine showed up and made us doubt our abilities. She began coaching with the high school here in 2009 and then with Fever Volleyball shortly after. She has been both a paid coach and a volunteer coach for 13 years, only taking time off the years that she was pregnant. She and her husband Doug own mainline welding and keep Havasu moving forward one weld at a time. They also are the parents to 4 wonderful kids, Donovan, Kinsey, Jack, and Walter. Her kids have all graced our gym at one time or another, and those are really good days for us. One of my all-time favorite memories will be Jack calling me Coach Tim and asking me to pepper with him. Rachel also volunteers at her kids' school. She has coached Fever's 17U travel team for the past couple years. And of course, the reason we're here, she volunteers as my assistant coach for our varsity volleyball team. Just recently, she was recruited into the Justice League as the new Wonder Woman. She actually could pass for Wonder Woman if Wonder Woman was allowed to wear yoga pants. The truth is that Rachel is an amazing human, wife, mother, and coach. She was my first call after accepting the head coaching position. I knew that I was going to be way out of my comfort zone, and I wanted her steady, calming, and experienced voice to be there with me every day. I rely on her vast experience as a superhero to help out our team each day. Her opinion is invaluable. We have only had one disagreement in the past 2 years, and that is the only time that I can actually remember her being wrong. In all seriousness, whatever degrees of success that we have is a direct result of having Rachel in our gym. I'm pleased to announce your 2022 LHH as Volunteer Coach of the Year, Rachel May. Lori, get your camera out, take a picture.
All right, the last award we're going to give out before the spring season is the Pursuing Victory with Honor Award. The next award goes to 3 special athletes who truly represent the ideals and values of Lake Havasu High School in our athletic programs. These athletes are true ambassadors of our programs. They show class at all times, they are coachable team players, and they demonstrate the core values of pursuing victory with honor. Between these 3 athletes, we cover the sports of football, swim, basketball, track, and softball. It is my honor to present, as nominated and voted on by our coaching staff, the Pursuing Victory with Honor Award to Jaden Jamison, Junior Bolden, and Allison Grogan. All right, we have our spring recaps, starting with girls tennis and Coach Brittner.
I'd like to start off by thanking Mr. Zampona, the Booster Club, and all of the girls' tennis parents. Without all of the efforts of all of those people, the season wouldn't be possible, so thank you guys. All right, so the girls' tennis season this year, we finished the year 12-1. We won our 5th consecutive regional championship. We ended up ranked 8th in the state, got to the quarterfinals of the state tournament. We had 3 girls qualify for the individual side. It was Monet Land, Sam Durbin, and Morgan Cross, all getting to the Sweet 16. So it was a very successful season for our girls. We have a lot of great returners, so these years should be good coming forward as well. I've been blessed to coach for 14 years. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of relationships being built. And I will definitely miss that part of it. My son's going to be a freshman next year, so I'm going to spend the time watching him play his sports. Maybe I'll be back in 4 years. So with that said, our AIA athletes are Taylor Beck, Courtney Carls, Syra Chadra, Gianna Coronado, Samantha Durbin, Morgan Cross, Monet Land, Olivia LeGrand, and Kira.
coming back up is Coach Wuchiki with boys tennis.
Hello again. I'd like to actually start off by thanking Greg. This is my 9th year with the boys tennis team, and he was really helpful for me when I first started. I mean, I didn't know, it was my first first sport I ever coached. Didn't know the whole run of the land and everything, and he was a great mentor for me to help out, kind of learn everything and learn the ropes. So I appreciate your help, Greg. Hopefully we can still get you on the courts a few nights a week. The boys tennis ended 12-2 this year, a great year. We lost a lot of seniors last year, and so I wasn't sure exactly how our team would kind of develop this year, but we had a lot of guys step up and really contribute to a good season. We made the state tournament for the 2nd year in a row, finishing 14th in the state. We ended up losing in the first round to a conference rival now in Estrella Foothills. But we, again, still a very successful season for us. We also sent one doubles team to the individual state tournament, which was Christian and Mason Sane. And they had a great season. They beat some really difficult competition throughout the year. They made it to the Sweet 16 in the state and ended up losing to the number 2 seed, which, again, gets tough when you get to that level. We also had several, actually let me point out Mason as well. Mason's my lone senior that I'm losing this year as well. As Coach Kelly mentioned, he's going to the University of Tampa next year to enjoy the beautiful weather of Florida. So we will definitely miss him and his presence around the courts. He's a 4-year player for me. Developed a great bond with him throughout his 4 years. My scholar athletes this year were Will Buckman, Christian Sane, Mason Sane, and Kean Stone. And you can tell why they're really good at tennis. They're both really tall. They dominate at the net.
Next up, Coach Thompson with softball.
Good evening. First, I want to just give a huge shout out to my team this year. In my 20 years of coaching softball at Lake Havasu High School, this is the one that advanced the furthest within the state playoffs, and we finished 1 run away from the championship game. So, very good season. Our record on the season was 27-6, with 5 of those losses to the number 1 and 2 team that was playing in the state championship, which did place us in the Final 4. Locally, we won the Kingman tournament with all of the local teams in Mojave County to begin the season. And we were lucky enough to host 2 state playoff games, 2 rounds of the state playoffs, and we won both of those on our own turf. This year's team was very well balanced between offense, defense, and pitching, and kind of reset the record book team-wise. We finished with an overall team batting average of .441, with team records for runs, hits, RBIs, and strikeouts, so the battery did their job also. For their performance, 9 of our players were named to the all-conference teams. Making honorable mention were Yami Ruiz and Allie Gruggan. On our second team all-conference was Aubrey Carver and Natalie Ramirez. And our first team selections, Allison Reed, Alexis Martin, Shauna Miziak, Leah Huffman, and Haley Martin. All of this work the girls put in doesn't get done with the true support of the families around. And I want to give a big thank you because it's been such a pleasure to work with the families that I have on this team for a long, long time. And I'm going to miss this senior class especially. I also want to thank my volunteer coaches, Coach Rick, Coach Jess, Coach Tammy, and Coach Gary, who really help and volunteer all of their time to make our kids the best they can be. And one last huge thank you to Nancy and Ralph. They're the only 2 activity bus drivers that get every kid here to every event to make all of this work for athletics, and it doesn't get done without them. My scholar athletes tonight being honored for our team GPA at 3.59 are Aubrey Carver, Yami Ruiz, Shauna Miziak, Riley Vandaway, Allison Reed, Natalie Ramirez, Allie Bergen, Olivia Badaracco, and Elena Johnson.
All right, next up, Coach Stahl in baseball.
The baseball team finished the season 17-11. We play in the toughest conference in our state. We had four teams from our conference make playoffs. One of our teams was playing in the state finals tonight in Verado, and they ended up winning. And we ended up playing them really tough this year. For as tough a league as we played, we ended up getting 8 kids on all conference, which we had more than any other team in our region, which is pretty impressive. We finished the regular season ranked 18th, losing in the first round of the playoffs, which we have a few seniors leaving, but other than that, we have a bunch of kids coming back. So that bodes well for the future. Our scholar athletes, our team finished with a 3.8 GPA, which is pretty impressive. They are Casey Blumenkamp, Colin Clifford, Levi Cook, Jake Crook, Rob Cross, Austin Lombardo, Tyler Thompson, and Logan Better.
Good job, boys.
And last up for the spring season is Coach Dunbar with track.
All right, good evening. So first of all, I just want to thank my assistant coaches, Tanner Kelly, Nick Griswold, and Wade Novi, also my volunteer coaches, George Olson and Jim Buffoni. There's a lot of moving parts to running a successful track program, so thank you guys for helping us out with that. We couldn't have done it without you. Saw a lot of success this season. We went to a lot of invitationals up in Phoenix, and we went in being considered the small school, and typically we went home with at least one trophy, so we were happy about that. Thank you to our seniors. Your hard work and dedication, it's definitely laid a foundation for our future track athletes. And we had 3 school records broken this year. The 4x100 meter relay, that was set back in 2009. And it was broken by Brenton Szymanski, Omari Feely, Cody Peloton, and Vega Higgins. The 3,200 meter run, that was set in 1982, and it was broken by over 30 seconds by Joshua Lumpkin. And then the girls' javelin throw was set this year by Ashley Traficante. Then we sent 11 athletes to the state championships. 4 of those athletes finished in the top 10, Sylvan Osmond in pole vault, Brenton Szymanski in the 300 meter hurdles, Josh Lumpkin in the 2 mile, and Cody Peloton in 2 events. And then now for our scholar athletes, and we've got a lot. Michael Baylog, Gavin Briggs, Bertie Chalfant, Dominic Crothers, Alexander Gallegos, Jet Happiger, Curtis Hensel, Jamie Henson, Wyatt Hicks, Vega Higgins, Josh Lumpkin, Nathan Merrill, Cody Peloton, Garrett Schuster, Isaac Stockey, Aaron Vega, Glenn Adona. Now on the girls' side, got Katie Bell. And girls line up on that side. Let's see. Katie Bell, Amy Bowers, Sabrina Darnell, Kaylee Dennison, Camila Espino, Presley Evans, Hannah Gaio, Sophia Gray, Rhea Green, Emily Jackson, Alyssa Musselman, Kate Novi, Celeste Switzer, Riley Tuneman, Ashley Traficani, Brooklyn Yu, McKenna Weesey, and Nicole Wolf-Cohn.
All right, a few more awards to round out the night tonight. Our next award is the Coach of the Year Award. Our coaching staff nominates and selects the Coach of the Year Award. This year's winner led the program to one of the most successful seasons in program history, finishing in the Final Four of the AIA State Championships. This team's overall season record was 27-6, resulting in 408 runs for and 51 runs against. Her program is consistently an AIA Scholar Athlete program, with 9 varsity members receiving Scholar Athlete recognition tonight. This coach goes above and beyond for her athletes and has a true passion for student athletes. The individual nominated and selected on by our coaching staff is Carrie Thompson. next award is the LHHS Male and Female Career Athlete of the Year Awards. This award is based on the criteria that includes varsity letters earned, all conference and region selections, as well as state recognition. Point totals are tracked and monitored in the athletic office over their 4-year career. For the girls award winner, this individual has competed in swim, soccer, and softball at the varsity level and received honors of first team, all region in swim, and second team, all region in softball. For the male award winner, this individual has competed in both cross country and track the last 4 years. This athlete received recognition as first team all region, first team all section in cross country, and first team all region in track. Both athletes have served as team captains, competed at the state level, and have broke multiple school records. This year's 2021 and 2022 male and female Outstanding Career Athletes of the Year goes to Aubrey Carver and Josh Lump. The final 2 awards of the year goes to our coach's pick for the Athletes of the Year. This is an award that is nominated and selected on by our coaching staff. The Athlete of the Year is based on the athlete's individual accomplishments this year. To present this year's female athlete of the year, Coach Washington will come up and say a few words.
The female Outstanding Athlete of the Year is one of the hardest working athletes on the cross-country team. Her level of dedication is unparalleled. She fully embraces the idea that success is not a given, but rather a direct outcome of the effort she puts forth. This includes devoting her time in the off-season to cross-country, as well as to her other sports, all while maintaining high grades. She never missed a practice, and each season she has logged the most miles on the girls' team. She consistently ranks as one of our top scoring varsity runners each season and has contributed to many team wins. She gives her all in every race, yet can always find one last burst of energy to outkick her competition across the finish line. She made the all-region first team, all-section first team, and is qualified for the state meet every year. One of her most notable qualities is that she always puts the success of the team ahead of her personal gains. She encourages her teammates to join her on longer distance runs, run faster splits during speed work, and give their best in races. This athlete is incredibly deserving of this award. I am proud to announce that this year's Female Outstanding Athlete of the Year is Celeste Switzer.
And to present this year's top male athlete, Coach Thompson has been asked to share a few words.
Good evening again. I have the honor of naming the Male Athlete of the Year. Several performances were amazing by members of our athletic family this year. Most teams strived for excellence. They did a lot of great things, and there were a lot of great memories. We're very proud of the effort and dedication to all of those athletes that had great performances this year. The athlete I'm about to honor is a 7-time varsity team award winner. In every season they've been a part of, they were a major impact on every team that they were with. They've been honored as honorable mention, second team, first team all conference awards, and he set records in 2 varsity sports this year. In football, he was first team all-conference as a defensive back, second team as a wide receiver. He served a role as team captain, was a major contributor to the Southwest Conference Championship. He finished in the top 10 in career receiving yards in Lake Havasu football history. He holds the longest interception for a touchdown with 89 yards versus Deer Valley this season. In track and field, he's qualified for 5 events at the state level and setting personal records in individual events with an 11.19 in the 100 meter, a 22.35 in the 200 meter, a 48.93 in the 400 meter. In addition, was part of the record-setting 4x1 team with 43.03. So the male athlete of the year goes to Cody Pellet.
There it is. Athlete.
Little final note from what Coach Dunbar, he and I talked about Cody. He is the epitome of hard work, and it pays off. He's a great role model, trains hard in his workouts, example of competitiveness, and his desire for greatness, and is very, very coachable. He represents what other Knights should strive to be to reach their full potential. So again, another round of applause. Cody!
The last thing I want to do is thank the parents once again. Without you guys, our athletes wouldn't be what they are today. So the countless hours and time with travel and everything you do, the early bus rides, getting them to and from the bus at the school, early mornings, late nights. Okay, we couldn't do it without you guys. So athletes that are here, please, one more round of applause for your parents, please. All right, that concludes our athletic awards tonight. Please feel free to take pictures outside at the backdrop, and have a good night.